Is it me, or the unspoken rule now in Lagos real estate is if you can't afford housing, don't come to Lagos? Yes, it's unspoken, but this has become the body language of the real estate markets. So I think it's time we address this rent seeking and entitlement mentality of real estate market players who in themselves are actually consumers, but would rather exacerbate a problem because of the financial gains they hope to make from it. Yes, we know the mathematics of affordable housing is hard. So when you consider the fact that the Nigerian market is a middle to low income based market, it makes no sense that a segment of that market would choose to ignore that problem simply because they have access to property owners that they can sway with their influence on the market for the promise of ROI and all this to flip the market and push the market out of reach for regular people. But I'm not here for a blame game, but rather to call attention back to responsibility. A simple yet collective responsibility of every real estate market player to acknowledge the problem and understand their roles in either alleviating or exacerbating the problem. The interesting irony to this matter is many of these real estate marketers can't afford many of these investments, fully market and sell to members of the public. So instead of being indifferent to the problem, why don't we all work together? Because at the end of the day, we all have to pay the price for housing, have to bear the results and the returns of our influence, inputs, and narratives on the market. Start pushing false market narratives and start tilting the market forces simply because we seek a profit. All we achieve is remain stuck at the same point without any tangible solution to the housing problem. I know it sounds like this sector of the market is so small and they play no impact, but when you pay attention to the amount of influence, the amount of control that these players have in selling narratives, perceptions, and stories, have a wide, long, and lasting effect on the general activities of the market. Look around you, every property listing you see is in hundreds of millions. Meanwhile, there are still a lot of properties that are available for a tenth of those prices. But the logic is, if we make everybody believe that everything is expensive, then we get to make more commission from our sales and closed deals. So imagine how much change, how much growth, how much affordability we can have when this particular market sector decides to drive change by selling positive narratives, by creating and forming right perspectives, and even actively getting involved in the housing value chain themselves. Just imagine if 1,000 people at the same time are thinking and launching housing solutions for minimum wage earners. Just imagine how much positive influence that will have on housing and the entire market at large. I will leave you with one message is no player in the housing or real estate market is little. And the earlier we all keep chasing solutions, the earlier we can turn the housing crisis around. I hope this helps.